wind carried the scent of dust, sage, and distant rain as Ethan Carter guided his tired, chestnut horse through the endless desert. The rugged cowboy had spent weeks crossing the frontier, chasing nothing more than a place where no one knew his name. Behind him lay a life filled with bloodshed, betrayal, and broken promises. Every scar on his weathered face told a story he never wished to repeat. As the golden sun dipped toward the horizon, strange columns of smoke rose ahead. Ethan narrowed his sharp blue eyes and gently slowed his horse. Nestled beneath towering sandstone cliffs stood a large Native American village, its white teepees glowing beneath the evening light. Warriors watched silently from every direction. Their expressions were unreadable, their bows lowered but ready. Ethan knew he had entered someone else's land. He slowly raised both hands to show he meant no harm. Before we continue this unforgettable journey of courage, sacrifice, and unexpected love, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Stories like this bring the spirit of the Wild West to life, and you won't want to miss the next adventure. Two mounted warriors approached without speaking. One gestured for Ethan to follow. He nodded calmly, refusing to reach for the revolver resting at his hip. His father had once told him that surviving the frontier often depended less on how fast a man could shoot, and more on knowing when not to. The warriors escorted him into the center of the village. Children peeked from behind teepees while elders watched with quiet curiosity. Every eye followed the stranger. Finally, the crowd parted. Standing before the largest teepee was the tribal chief. He was tall despite his age, dressed in beautifully crafted buckskin decorated with beadwork and eagle feathers. His weathered face carried decades of wisdom and loss. His piercing eyes settled on Ethan with the intensity of a man, capable of seeing through every lie. "You ride alone," the chief said. "I always have," Ethan replied. "Most men who travel alone are either running from something or searching for something." Ethan gave a faint smile. "Maybe both." The chief studied him for several long seconds before speaking again. "Our scouts say you helped one of our hunters this morning." Ethan nodded. "He was trapped beneath his horse after a rock slide. I only cut him free." "You expected payment?" "No." The chief slowly smiled. "That is why you are still standing." The surrounding warriors relaxed slightly. "I am Chief Blackhawk," the elder announced. "Ethan Carter." The chief motioned toward a nearby fire. "You will eat." As darkness settled across the camp, roasted venison, corn cakes, and herbal tea were placed before Ethan. Though exhausted, he remained alert. Years on the frontier had taught him that danger often arrived wearing a friendly face. After the meal, the chief dismissed everyone except a few elders. "I have a proposal, Chief," Blackhawk finally said. Ethan raised an eyebrow. "I have no land to buy." "It is not land." "Then what is it?" The chief looked into the fire before answering. "My daughter." Silence filled the air. Ethan blinked. "I beg your pardon?" "My daughter has reached the age of marriage." Ethan glanced around, uncertain whether this was some kind of test. "I don't even know her." "You will." The chief's expression hardened. "You may marry my daughter, or leave this land before sunrise and never return." Several warriors rested their hands on their weapons. Ethan realized this was no joke. He asked quietly, "Why me?" The chief answered without emotion. "Every man who has seen her has refused." Whispers spread among the elders. They call her cursed. They call her ugly. They believe misfortune follows her. Ethan remained silent. The chief continued, "I no longer care what strangers believe. I seek only one man willing to judge with honor instead of fear." Ethan stared into the flames. His instincts screamed that something about this story was wrong. He had seen greed. He had seen deception. But the sadness hidden in the chief's eyes was something different. "You ask a great deal from a stranger," Ethan finally said. "I offer a place among my people. And if I refuse, you leave peacefully before dawn." Ethan looked toward the dark horizon. He had nowhere to go. No family waited for him. No ranch carried his name. Only endless roads and lonely nights. Perhaps fate had finally stopped running. "I will meet her first," Ethan said. The chief nodded. "So be it." An elder disappeared into the darkness. Moments later, soft footsteps approached. Every conversation in the camp stopped. A young woman emerged slowly from behind the largest teepee. She wore a beautiful beige buckskin dress decorated with handcrafted beadwork. Long black hair flowed over her shoulders, but her face remained completely hidden behind a delicate white veil. No one looked directly at her. Some villagers lowered their heads. Others quietly turned away. The silence became almost painful. The young woman stopped beside her father without saying a word. The chief spoke softly. "This is my daughter." She offered only the smallest respectful nod. Ethan noticed something strange. Her hands trembled, not from anger, from fear, real fear, fear of being seen, or perhaps fear of being rejected again. The chief looked directly into Ethan's eyes. Now you understand. Ethan studied the silent woman. He realized he had not actually seen her face, only the veil, only everyone else's judgment, nothing more. He took one slow step forward. The warriors immediately stiffened. The young woman instinctively stepped backward. Ethan stopped at a respectful distance. My name is Ethan. For a long moment she said nothing. Then, in a voice barely louder than the evening wind, she whispered, My name is Ayana. Her voice carried unexpected kindness, not bitterness, not anger, only sadness. Ethan looked toward the chief. I accept. Gasps erupted throughout the camp. Several warriors exchanged stunned looks. Even the chief appeared speechless. You have not seen her face, he warned. I heard her heart. The old chief stared at the cowboy for several long seconds. Then, for the first time in many years, a single tear rolled down the proud leader's weathered cheek. But hidden beneath the folds of Ayana's white veil, a secret waited, one that would change not only Ethan's life, but the fate of the entire tribe.